more tactical route with good strategic preparation, and we're going to give it over.
Hello, everybody. First, I'm talking to Remo. Now I'm talking to Todd. It's only getting better.
I'm not going to do that to him. He can't even stop talking when it's all turn to talk. This is like another one of those balance suggestions videos or what? Come on. Let the match start already. I want to see how XlorD does against this mass air style that we expect is coming pretty much in every game, right?
If Kevin is playing according to the meta, maybe. He's, of course, a big fan of Moon, always very inspired by Moon, but also very inspired by Foggy. Usually the tactics dribble down from Moon to Foggy and then to Kevin, but recently Foggy is not really on the mass air hype train. He's still trying to play expansions and dryads, so we'll see. And there could be something really, really weird. Like Kevin, he could play Mountain Giant Rushes, for all I know.
No.
We'll see, we'll see. You don't know the equation? MG equals GG? It's the way to win.
Actually, in 4v4, that's true.
Right? So divided by 4, it's still true in 1-on-1.
Exactly, yeah.
Who do you think is the fan favorite? XlorD, of course, veteran of the scene here in Germany. Multiple time Meister, of course. Kevin, the big community pillar of the Rocket Beans. Hard to judge.
Maybe we'll have to listen to the crowd and see who they make more noise for when something's happening in their favor. Which, by the way, I got that question as well for the last 2 matches where Hitman's going to be playing. Yes. we got a couple NA players here, and you know, I hope they get out there in the audience, that they make some noise for their hero Hitman. It's going to be sick, those last few matches today. Like we're really in for a treat this whole tournament, I feel like.
I think so too. Like the rest of the day is going to be nuts, and the playoffs, of course, tomorrow are going to be even wilder. You mentioned the NA crowd. Always great to have NA crowds. We had that in Anaheim already, where they cheered for Hitman.
Well, it was mostly 2 guys.
It was mostly 2 guys, but
including Carson.
They are quite loud. So the German crowd, don't disappoint me, ladies and gentlemen. But this is enough talking. I want games. I want XlorD versus Kevin right now. Production, give it to me. And there we go. On the right-hand side, the 5-time German Meister representing Mousesports. It's XlorD. And his opponent, pillar of the scene, the absolute legend, Kevin Schwee. I wonder if he's nervous. I wonder if Kevin has ever played on a stage before. I wonder if he gets stage fright or anything, or if he can just play his best. Maybe he is the one thriving in the spotlights.
Yeah, I mean, he played at Experience. It's not really a stage, but you got people around, like a whole bunch of people watching you play and stuff. Like he's made it far in some of those tournaments as well. That's definitely experience, but it is a bigger scale tournament here for sure. We got a way bigger prize pool. He's got a whole audience in front of him, bright lights, everything. You can't let that get to you. You have to treat this as, you know, a ladder game.
Right.
Okay, maybe not a ladder game. But, you know, a more important game where like you just do your usual game plan that you think is going to work out.
Very, very sure that he comes well prepared. He's warmed up, participated in the 2-on-2, and he also got his team behind him that probably did some not coaching but preparation with him. XlorD also not alone. Juan is there. Oh, wait a minute.
Second Ascento 4 on the way.
What?
Oh, he cancelled it.
Okay.
I think he must have thought there might be an expansion. Maybe XlorD like faked a little bit with the creep route and the movements.
Yeah, this matchup revolves a lot around timings. So maybe he just wanted to preemptively build the second engine of war, and if he sees that or confirms that it's no expansion, just cancel the second engine of war to not lose too much time. XlorD though, definitely with that attack lead.
Yeah, the goal for both players is to get to level 3 here. He attempts to surround the archer. Oh, he was out of position, and Kevin shaking his head here already in disbelief that he missed that one. Oh, man, that's very costly.
What an opening that would have been. Maybe the town portal. It was nighttime. The archers could have hit, and the rest of damage comes from Treant and Keeper. Not too bad, though. Kevin got level 2. DK Harass not coming to fruition, really. There's nothing to attack, and this is something that we have seen from Moon recently, pretty much exactly that style, and Kevin plays it well but not perfect. But of course XlorD catches up with Ghoul creeping at the same time, so who finds level 3 faster?
Well, he found the Tree of Life.
Wow,
Funny
but
enough.
the archers are so prepared. They're in front of the building, so the DK auto attacks can't attack it. That is such a 200 IQ move. He's saving that wisp by putting down another building, by putting down the shop. Feels like, okay, that one surround he messed up a little bit, but otherwise, Kevin is on fire.
Whoa, he's across the map actually, trying to snipe an Acolytes.
He's surrounded, isn't he? He got a
He
staff,
has to
though.
staff very soon. Gets one Acolytes.
Oh my god. Okay, it's just 1 second before the tech finishes, so that's fine, but Kevin, man, he's putting out some punches.
Yeah, he's emptying the Moon Wells here though completely, and he's not quite full mana, full HP. So a bit of a struggle. I think he's gonna pull the big null on the expansion here to try and get the item, but XlorD's perfectly guessing what is happening. He's in position. He's got one Death Coil in the chamber, Neo.
Alrighty, will it find the target from downtown? Archers, Treants, and Tangle. Does a lot of damage. Keeper puts some right clicks in. Creeps are getting involved. Nice body block to keep the DK out of range, but only works for so long. And that is definitely a delay. It's not that bad, I guess. Better play it safe than sorry. The Tree of Life has to waddle over anyway. And the DK is out of range now. Is that the time to get the big creep? XlorD shocking around, but shouldn't be in time. Shouldn't be in
The
time.
Overseer. He takes so much damage. He's gonna get caught. He has to time portal. Oh my god, so costly. And still, we see Kevin reacting a little bit here on the camera shots. He knows that this is not ideal. He would have loved to be able to preserve his town portal for later down the line.
It's not perfect, but I think losing out on experience is worse than losing the town portal. He's so close to 3 now.
You're a cup half full kind of guy. I mean, we know that, Neo.
XlorD is preparing another push, this time with DK and Lich. More and more pressure towards Kevin. He's still struggling to set up this expansion to even creep the spot. And first he had to face Coil, and now he has to face Coil and Nova.
I appreciate that you're trying to see the bright side of it, but as a competitive player, let me tell you how we think. It's a disaster. I'm the worst player in the universe. I can't believe I lost town portal there. That's what competitive players tell themselves after an action like this. The keeper getting targeted. There is no more mana for either Nova or Coil, so he's going to make it out of there. But those Moonwells, woo! They're getting emptied 24/7. It's almost daylight here, right around the corner.
Yeah, you will definitely need some Moonstones here. This is level 3, and now the keeper has to roam. The keeper has to put on some counter pressure, and the demon has to level. But this expansion, is it in jeopardy? Not really, right? Okay, he still has some time, but XlorD is arriving at tier 3 without the expansion even starting to entangle. And Kevin, he has to react. I'm not too sure how long these skeletons will last, but this is quite some damage. Almost surrounded. DK with another body block.
He should attack the DK. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Wisp is coming in, so necessary.
Yeah, you'll be happy to know he already has Nature's Blessing. He should Nova that Wisp if he has the mana. Yeah, pulls back the Skellies. Oh, I don't have the mana. Ghoul Frenzy on the way now. XlorD can hit such a strong timing. Even buying a little bit of time as he did just now is actually amazing, because as Night Elf, you really need to set up that expo as soon as possible and start pumping all the law units to really outmass the Fiend counts. Foggy talked to me about how it's so important nowadays, like Moon was the one that discovered that, is to get boots on the demon. It's a big game changer, and target the Fiends. You want to ignore the ghouls. You just reduce the Fiend count, make sure there's no more enough anti-air, and then that's when you start dominating with not just the hippos, but the fairy dragons that come behind them.
Yeah, especially when you have an expansion you can trade favorably. Mass air versus Fiends, and I'm really happy that Kevin is going for that strat, because it is by far the best strat that Night Elf has versus Undead. It's still not easy to play. It looks kind of easy, right? You have a huge group of units, you click on your opponent units, and with 2 volleys it's gone. But you need to have the perfect focus fire, you need to have insane mana burns, and you have to prepare all of that with a great mid-game, because you need the levels to be efficient. And Kevin might be a little bit out of position here. XlorD, oh my, what a play by Kevin. He's fooling XlorD with the illusions.
Yeah, those illusions could buy time here if XlorD sticks around and attacks them. You might just ignore them though and run for the expansion to put more pressure on Kevin, but he knows that the army is right behind him. So maybe he's worried about reinforcements being intercepted here. There is not a single Fiend in his army right now. He's trying to land a surround on the demon. He's the one carrying the staff. So that could be a problem.
That was close. Maybe he's swapping it, and that is exactly what's happening. Demon Hunter out, TP or Telestab.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, bye-bye, and tschüss, as we say in Hamburg. But that is the push. XlorD has one goal and one goal only. Wow, what? And that is to kill an expansion, but Alchemist.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, and he goes Rage.
Wow, he really wants some damage now.
That's anti-air. That makes sense.
It is, alongside the Lich. But we live, you can't coil him. There's an Invo potion, all right? He's super duper fast. What the hell?
He joined the game, got targeted, and ran away out of there.
I did my job, that's enough. Is there more repair? Kevin desperately trying to hold this expo. He does have Nature's Blessing.
Oh my god, is he overcommitting?
Super helpful. I think so, man. Still air superiority. Supply is neck and neck, but the ghouls are starting to fall. And the
Demon
Demon
3.
is finally 3.
Oh my god, the Lich is gonna get burnt in a second, lose a lot of mana, but had time to Nova just right beforehand. Fairy Dragon doing a lot of damage. XlorD getting chased away. He massively overcommitted on that tree and didn't get it.
And that's the most dangerous timing for Kevin. From here on out, it's supposed to be more or less smooth sailing until there's high-level undead heroes, but he's kind of far away from that, and now that it's only, there is only a tri-hero with an Alchemist, he will soak up experience. This DK and Lich will not get a fast 5-5, but what we do get is Gargoyles and a tech switch by XlorD.
Yeah, this late, that's really odd, because there is already quite a few hippos. And it just seems like Kevin's just gonna completely outmass XlorD. He probably thinks that Gargs give him a better chance to go into than Finns here from this stage, but I just don't know if I like that at all. Kevin is gonna have so many units, and he knows that from there, all he has to do is like creep a little bit and then eventually go and engage, and his supply is completely going to take off here in a few moments with that expansion that he has. Khadgar, not the most useful, I guess for the heroes it's alright to give a little bit of extra mana.
I mean, it is for Night Elf's passive healing, right? Because you have more mana, you don't need so much Moon Juice to restore that mana, so you can use more Moon Juice on health. Cup half full kind of guy. And it is, of course, wonderful that XlorD didn't get it, because for him it's almost a game-breaking aura.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder when Kevin's gonna break upkeep. We see he's on 49 out of 50. He's getting one single Moonwell right now. He's making an Ancient of War. I'm guessing that's to wall off maybe around his expo to buy some time if he were to get sieged yet again. Yeah, for now, supply is kind of equal, but yeah, this army of Kevin is so cost effective. All of his units are just 2 supply.
Ooh. Keeper, what's he doing there? Getting caught, has to free up the space to the shop. He sees the Gargs now, the Demon Hunter is fighting, his Keeper's still getting attacked, Kevin is taking this fight, gets to the shop, Alchemist, Invo Potion, Air, still there, can't of course be nuked. There's a lot of healing with the heal spray now, but it's only level 1, Demon Hunter back in the saddle, burning everything. Ghouls are, I guess, down with the Gargoyles. Do they reign supreme? It's only 1, and they're getting target now. Heal scroll for Kevin, super important. Destroyer is about to fall. That's the key unit here. 4 HP, the one fairy will get the shot off. Doesn't seem like it's sick control by XlorD. Still chasing. Oh, okay, there goes the sick control. It's a massive loss. Also on Kevin's side, though, it's a slaughter. Both players are losing their entire army.
The Keeper could be in danger here. He doesn't have a town portal.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Has the
invul.
Wow, okay, that was nice. But how to get out? Lich in trouble. Is he really committing to this? Mana burn, not enough.
He needs to get out.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't know if that's the right choice to stay in this fight. Maybe a little overcommitting, Kevin getting that Icarus syndrome, but he's getting out now and flies away with the fairies.
Maybe he fought at a bad time. I thought like he had 50, he should have crept a little more maybe, and then really like use that expansion to outmass XlorD completely. He went and fought, and he lost more than he killed here for sure. Even though he got the Destroyer and quite a few Gargs, XlorD replaced that very handily. XlorD was targeting the right units as well. He kept going for the Hippos with the Gargs, killing them very quickly, whereas Fairy Dragons were doing barely any damage to Gargs, so that's not what they should be targeting, maybe.
Yeah, I'm curious if Kevin should switch back to Hippos now. It's not what he's doing. He has a handful of them left.
But yes, Hippos without archers and
Yeah, exactly. Because XlorD can't go for a Dreadlord anymore. He will see the air fight. Massive air damage from Gargoyle training, and there's phase shift to dodge a couple of these attacks on fairies, but that's about it. Demon Hunter burning again. I think he absolutely needs Hippos.
He should sell Brilliance, probably. Just needs a lot of golds to get units.
Guess he likes it.
Double
use
scroll.
Okay, also important. Double invo potion for XlorD. He knows Kevin will be going for the heroes. Wow, it's crazy how competitive XlorD is with 2 base, 1 base, and how unlucky he is with these drops.
And it's not the best items, but he is going for rage builds on Alchemist, so that guy's going to be heating at the speed of light. 12 plus 12 agility. He's practically a Blade Master at this point.
That's also not too bad because his armor is relatively low. Boots of Agility give him armor, and he has a lot of HP as well, so basically unnukable at this point. Kevin, you need the numbers, mate. You need more army.
XlorD with a lot of gargoyles here, and not going for any upgrades. I think he knew the game had to be decided beforehand before that would become relevant. And Kevin just doesn't feel like he has enough. Somehow he's the one with the expo, but he's the one getting outmasked just because he hasn't been trading very well. Can we see hero damage, actually?
Oh man, that should be a lot on the keeper. Wow, DK actually did not expect that. A lot of auto attacks. Here we go. Big air fight. It's so hard to see what's going on. We have to look at his supply, but man, the numbers are quickly going down. The hippo numbers are just not there. And no tier 3, no orbs, no chance for a kill on Kevin's side.
Those Gargs, I was skeptical, but they're working out beautifully here for XlorD right now. 59 supply to 40. And DK almost level 5. Lich almost level 4. That expansion poised to fall here in a few moments.
Yeah, it looked really, really good for Kevin at one point, but then there's one overcommitment in the north, and now there's ghouls again with Frenzy, and they tear buildings apart. We see it over and over and over. Last-ditch effort, but almost 20 supply deficit. Lich is getting the level 4, and GG, well played. Like Zach is like, how do I translate this? He basically called him a fool.
Wait, what? Why?
I don't know, because of that game. Maybe he thought he was ahead, and then XlorD with an unconventional strategy surprised him there with a Garg switch. What a tactical genius XlorD can be at times.
There's only one fool around here, and it ain't him. I thought I was going to have to put away the Jester costume early, but Sock is through thanks to Scars winning a map against Starbuck. So, yeah, it's going to be the ultimate sweat for Sock's match in the quarterfinals tomorrow.
Okay, Kevin, I think he shows that he's not showing any stage fright or anything. XlorD, a little more shaky than I thought. Maybe making the wrong decision to attack brute force against that expansion with the Alchemist?
Maybe he didn't check that there was Nature's Blessing or something. I don't know. But there was Nature's Blessing very early, before the Expo even started moving. I think he should have noticed when he was attacking it, because he wasn't taking that much damage.
But Kevin didn't really get the job done, unfortunately. Maybe felt a little too confident, but seems like he's enjoying himself. Kevin is playing better than I thought he would, and he certainly has a chance on map 2, because that was XlorD's pick, if I remember correctly, concealed, and now the expansion will be a lot easier on the next map that's coming.
Yeah, XlorD's been really on point though with the scouting. Even that tree now, as soon as he started in the main base, he was ready. Imagine if the archers hadn't been there, might have been able to snipe it as well. After that, really delayed the taking of that expansion. Then he kind of accelerated it by clearing out the creeps that were left on the expo, but he was kind of on the way intercepting it, knowing that Kevin needed to be elsewhere to creep. It just wasn't like, if you look at this game, you'll be like, why is the elf away? Just chase the undead and take the expo. Well, yeah, but then you're not creeping like the heroes that you should be creeping and leveling them up. So it's hard to be everywhere. XlorD has a deep understanding of this game, and it really showed here, I think, with the decision making.
All right, then. More action is always more good, especially when Warcraft is around. So map number 2, can Kevin come back, or will XlorD clean this 2-0? We have to point this out again, as the system is not too often used. It's the Meisterschaft system, basically. If you win 2-0, you get 3 points, and especially in this group where everything is so damn close. You can't slip against Kevin or Trunks. You have to beat them 2-0. And Kevin, he wants to ruin XlorD's playoff run. That's for sure. Keeper it is. Shallow Grave it is on the other side. XlorD not starting a hero just yet, but will be once the Ziggurat is done, and that is the DK. Okay, so it's the same setup as last time. Shallow Grave in comparison to Concealed. What are the important things?
Yeah, the Expo is still kind of hard to creep, but not that hard either. Maybe you could see a bit more creeping overall from both players. It really depends, like how aggressive, how much they want to slow down the opponent, especially XlorD. Like he's going to be the one harassing more so because he's afraid of letting a keeper get to level 3 quickly, and also he can use ghouls on his side very handily to creep on their own. And I tell you what, in this format, the MasterShaft format, Kevin has been pulling rabbits out of hats. In MasterShaft, it wasn't looking so hot for him, and then he ended up finishing second, going straight to the upper bracket finals. And in this very tournament here, he lost to Leon. It looked like Leon was going to be a first place finisher and qualified player for sure, and then Kevin ends up winning the group. So can he do it again here? That would be nuts if he just keeps on doing it and now makes the playoffs.
Oh man, that would be, I guess, the best run since yours at WCA 2015, or the most miraculous run, I guess. But we have seen new Night Elf talent rising. For example, Kaho in China, who's starting to win tournaments. So why not Kevin as the German equivalent?
Good. Kaho is ranked 4, 5, and 6 on ladder. This is just insanity.
So Happy is 1, 2, 3, and Kaho is 4, 5, 6?
Yeah.
Nice. That kid is grinding.
Are we allowed to participate in the ladder as well, or like, is it just you guys? Like, we should give them some privacy.
Both on the way to level 2. This should be a little easier for XlorD this time, as his progress last game was a little late, but the ghoul creeping was on point. Now the orange spot is already gone. The keeper harass is preventing that level 2, but XlorD with nice body blocks getting some clicks in.
Is this XlorD or Insuperable playing here? What's going on? All the blocks in the world. What's next? The surrounds. One's around, man. Maybe he'll give some advice to XlorD.
You think he would take advice from Insub?
No, one.
One. I see. Yeah, One is also here. Not even sure if he's participating in the side events.
I don't think so. Just
Doesn't matter what you think.
Just came to cheer XlorD on.
All right, then. DK steals the staff. That's amazing, because it's always a run for the staff in this matchup. You want to be as mobile as possible. You want to be in the undead's face. You want to be at the economy, but without staff, that's unfortunately not possible. So Kevin is missing a device. He's missing a tool.
He was robbed. He can't go too deep here. That would be a town pole for sure having to be used. He is kind of deep, to be honest. I'm really surprised XlorD is not sending the ghouls in. I guess he's playing it more defensive, making sure he retains all of his units.
Yeah, the treants are causing some distraction, I guess, but it's again a lot of HP gone. And now, because the staff is missing, you have to walk all the way back, refill your mana, and then go south again. It's not too great, but the expansion is coming up at 50%. XlorD is scouting with skeletons everywhere, as you should. And then there's probably going to be a ghoul timing.
The skeleton's trying to blend in. Oh, he's trying to get a turtle. Oh, button snare. He doesn't even need dust. He has Sentry Ward.
Doesn't need the dust when he's under
He did
the
a
net.
360 card. Do you see that? No scopes, this archer.
Styling on him. Not bad, DK. Yeah, he really wants the turtle, I guess, and he prevents level 3. It's pretty nice play by XlorD. He's missing his own level 3, but that's fine. Tier 3 finishes Acolyte right after the tech finishes. It's a pit. It's the happy place. We see shades again.
Wow. All right. Map control. Perfect map control. It's so hard to anticipate and even dust at the perfect time too against this. You would have to see the pit and then start buying a bunch of dust. Nature's Blessing very early, and he goes for a Hunter's Soul.
That's... I hope he didn't forget about this Hunter's Hall and wants to go Dryads now. Because that Hunter's Hall is ultimately late.
Yeah, he didn't have the gold for everything. Maybe he just wants to play with a lot of archers and like a different style, but that would be... I don't know.
Oh man, he has no wins. Yeah, he could play mass archers indeed with the tier 3 tech and orbs.
And then, yeah, add some attack upgrades as well. But Black Citadel already on the way. Slaughterhouse as well for XlorD. I think he probably should want to creep this whole camp with just the demon. But the fact that there is a DK there, it kind of forces him to also have the Keeper. Actually, it's the demon he's sending. Okay, so maybe I'll get Keeper 3 first and then start leveling the demon after all.
Yeah, I feel like not much has happened in this game.
Oh my god, how many rings are we seeing today? This is insane.
You're cursing everybody.
It's not me, bro.
It's infectious. I think it is. I think it is. Maybe we have to lock you away so it's not spreading any further.
I have to watch the new episode of Ring of Power, then I'll cure the tournament from all these rings.
I feel like Kevin is quite far behind already, even though there wasn't a big fight or anything.
Hey, he needs to level that demon really badly. You should put the rings on him, actually. It's going to be super tanky. Wait, he put the tree on the right-hand side of the X, but it's kind of odd. Like, easier to attack into, right, if you're coming towards there.
Come at me, bro, kind of thing. And XlorD is already here once again with DK and Lich. Gets the Nova, nice deny on the skeleton. Man, it feels like XlorD is really feeling the rhythm now, but oh, Kevin also with a nice dodge. And now it's Lors, and oh my god, that means he forgot to build the Hunter's Hall, which is the delay of like 90 seconds of this build. This cannot happen on this level.
Maybe he didn't have the gold for everything with what he was going for, because he wanted to get everything else first. But it does feel like if you want to go for Lors, maybe you need to start them a bit earlier. But right now he's got bigger problems trying to mine at the Expo.
That was a money detonate and a lot of experience, which he was missing. So level 3 for the Keeper. Rune Braces for XlorD. This is definitely the item that Kevin wanted from the right-hand side. And DK is quite low, is quite hurt. But also closing in on 3. Demon Hunter made his way to 3, got a wonderful heal potion, one of the best items he could have found there. But he's got to get ready because XlorD is warming up that Destroyer push. No, he's not. He's expanding.
I don't know if XlorD scouted that it's Lors here, or if he's already kind of realizing that this is happening. And I wonder the reasoning of Kevin. Like, is it just something that, a strategy that he thinks is better on this map, or did he think that maybe XlorD was going to go for the same thing, mass ghouls and then attack, in which case if you have mass dryads, you're golden. Like, the ghouls literally can't do anything to them.
I mean, we talked about it that Kevin is mostly inspired by Moon and Foggy. So on map 1, he tried the Moon strat. On map 2, he tried the Foggy strat. But yeah, I haven't seen this work in a long time. But I also thought that Starbuck would lose with Mass Giants, and then he won, so what do I know?
Score the Beast kind of bad.
That I do know.
But he has the Greater Healing, probably the best. Against Undead Nuke, he has the 1 invuln at least. Probably should put the Staff of Teleportation on the Demon, so he can staff out and then back in. And I think once Kevin realizes that there is an Expo, he probably needs to be the one that's aggressive towards it, and then that's when, if XlorD gets the defense even just once, he's going to be in a great spot.
And this run by is probably not what Kevin anticipated. Maybe he wanted to force a town port, while XlorD was right there evacuating all the Acolytes, all the ghouls, and has to TP out without doing any damage. Once again, nice hold of the Undead base thanks to that narrow tower that Kevin is so afraid of.
So afraid of it, he TP'd pretty quick. He could have maybe stayed a little longer. Because didn't want to have to use either his invuln or Greater Healing. Abolish Magic only now being researched, and we still don't have any tier 3 on the way here for Kevin, who's on 58 supply, sees the Expo. You might just maybe creep the Merchant and then go for it.
I think that's what he has to do, right? He's not tier 3. He doesn't get the big upgrades. XlorD is getting stronger and stronger and richer. He has to use his momentum now. Okay, that didn't work. Sent the ghouls over right away.
Oh, Devotion picked up. Very nice. He stole the Scroll of the Beast. He doesn't work on Dryads like you might as well. It's just complete garbage. And yeah, he's committed to this attack, doing a lot of damage here.
All right, this has to work big time. You can't play two base as a Night Elf. That Destroyer. Nicely heard already. There's quite some coils, though. The Demon Hunter has to connect at some point. Fiends are massive damage dealers, but probably not the most important part of this army. They're trying to go for a surround here, but the Demon Hunter has like 13 armor or something. Good luck nuking him, but so far it's working well.
Oh my god, the DK is unburnable. Finally he gets it, but he had to use the Greater Healing for it. Fantastic blocks by XlorD, who now turns around. He's got 4 Fiends and a ton of ghouls to tank in front of them, so he's taking out Dryads very quickly.
The positioning is so good. Nova hits archers again, but also ghouls are falling. Statues are hurt, and maybe that can be an opening down the road for Kevin if he stays competitive in this fight. DK out of mana, Lich out of mana. Is that the chance? Kevin thinks no. My Dryads are falling too quickly. If he could get 1 or 2 statues, that would be so massive. Whoops, item on the ground for yet another burn here. But this didn't do much. A handful of units got killed on both sides. Kevin's supply lead is gone though. And XlorD's expansion is up and paying off.
Kevin's in a world of trouble because he only now starts Tree of Eternity. So XlorD's from there, I mean, he's going to get 80 supply almost certainly. It's going to be very, very strong supply.
Naga now third for XlorD to have a little bit more control against the Demon Hunter, because the Demon Hunter has no boots, and that was also the issue. Now with the Naga addition, that's of course less experience for DK and Lich. But man, many Fiends are falling in this encounter, but also Berserkers and Dryads. Kevin gets another one.
Yeah, I think both players are trying to kill each other's units more so than heroes here, supposedly, except maybe for the Demon that you try and get out of there. So XlorD targeted the Dryads, Kevin targeted the Fiends. They got rid of one another very, very well. And now Kevin forced to taunt. Well, that's actually not bad. He killed quite a few Fiends in that fight. But XlorD having Expo up here, I mean, this is the dream as Undead. If you can equal the Elf base 2-2, you're usually doing pretty good.
For sure, 100%.
How much armor does the Demon have?
He had 13.5 when I checked last. Maybe that grew, and he gets level 2 evasion next time. Nice play by XlorD to repair these statues. They will be back in full force. Let's see the Demon Hunter. Give me that or that armor number.
Yeah, because he has 2 rings and devotion. Like, this is kind of crazy.
And 1 ring is +4. And now we get level 2 evasion, so super duper tanky. All that's missing is like ruined braces, but on the other side, Keeper has nothing but that staff. Oh my god, 15 armor!
Ay, ay, ay.
But I mean, the big problem is still Coil Nova, and that is spell damage, and that doesn't get reduced by armor.
Yeah, but like reducing... Undead is a good mix of physical and physical damage and nuke. So obviously, the nuke is what you see more as the flashy thing. You're very worried about it, but trust me, when a Lich with Orb and a bunch of Fiends attack you, you also quite feel it. Which in this case, he won't. This one, or not as much.
True.
Chim Roost!
Yeah, man, I was about to say, speaking of flashy things, twin-headed dragons. Okay, that could be a little bit of a trap, but it's a nice reaction to these abominations if the Chimeras come out and if the Chimeras survive the web. Naga in trouble, Demon Hunter burning. Should focus a little bit on the Lich, I guess, because there is a Nova coming soon, but he is focusing now on the Fiends to reduce the number of webs against the Chimeras later. I feel like this fight is a little bit of a preparation for the ultra late game that we're seeing soon.
That tree's kind of far, right?
He has to stretch his legs until he's at the gold mine. Yeah, I think so.
Chim Roost and 1 more expo. He's like he's activating moon mode or something.
Keeper, gotta be careful. Goes for the town portal. Ooh, that's another loss right there. Oh my god, the game sense of XlorD.
Let me tell you, it's not just against Elf.
Every
time I try to sneak a second expansion, a couple ghouls show up and it's like 999.
Your German is very good, Todd.
Yeah, that expo probably not going to live for too long. Nukes the Wisps as well to make sure he can get rid of it ASAP. And he's just forcing a fight by doing that. That's the main thing. Kevin has to engage. He can't just sit back.
And it's pretty much the perfect time because the Chimera is not there. The latest bear isn't there. That's another wonderful body block. Has to use the staff. It's kind of reserved for the hero. So both staffs are on cooldown. Kevin has to buy time until the Chimeras arrive and he gets to higher upgrade. Kevin is facing a 0-2 right there.
He's trying to hang on, somehow pull XlorD back all the way to his base, but Moonwells are completely empty.
Ooh. Oh, the micro by XlorD, saving that abomination, saving that destroyer. In all regards of the game, the Lord is having a good day today.
Yeah. You know, we always say that, by the way, Khadgar is the best item, but I actually think it's on par with drums here, because your army is so big and so high DPS that you increase that even more. Nice staff on the Keeper here, but I don't think that's going to do much here. Kevin on 52 supply and 70.
There is a Nova ready, locked and loaded. The crosshair is already on the Keeper's back. And the heal ward, man. Statue and heal ward and Unholy Aura. Unlimited HP region for XlorD is getting closer and closer to the 3 points. It would probably put him at the top of the list currently. how to break this army. It's so strong. Feels like it's just a matter of time. There's some movement in the upper right, scouting for another cheeky expansion or set up an expansion himself to just establish the third base, and that's exactly what he's doing.
He's getting web as well.
Pretty good against Chimeras.
Yeah, covering all of his bases. Why not? XlorD 77 supply. He's just doing more upgrades as well. Like, you pretty much never want to break 80 unless you can go straight to 100 usually, or like you really need to match your opponent's supply who has more than you. Wellspring only now being researched for Kevin, who's gonna, I think, take one last engagement here. Trying to go for the Lich.
So many Night Elves have tried and so many Night Elves have failed. Can Kevin do better than the Moons and Foggies of this world? So far, it doesn't look like it. Nuke on the Demon Hunter, and eventually, even with 15 armor, oh, the staff is ready, but he's not using it anymore. I think that's the knockout punch. He wants this Lich, but XlorD is not giving him anything. Ah, damn, well played. Smiley face, and it's GG, and XlorD takes 3 points on match round 1.
A very good start here for him in his group, which is a very competitive group with the likes of Hitman and Happy as well in there. Very important to start off in this way.
Yeah, these are the games that you have to win. And XlorD doesn't struggle. He's also a man with no nerves. He was challenged on map 1 more so than on map 2. Mass ferries are the way, as we explained. That's the dangerous strategy that also Foggy will probably do against him later. But good to see that the Lord is ready, even though he arrived later than almost everyone else yesterday. So is there a limit for XlorD in this group, or can he go all the way?
I think he can go. I mean, Happy's in the group, so like it seems like first place pretty much locked for him. But XlorD definitely has potential to make top 3. He needs to deliver. His match against Hitman later on is going to be super hype and might be key as well. But like I said, it's good to start strong here. And you know, this match, the next Meisterschaft title is also kind of looking like a lock, to be honest, because he's just so far ahead of the rest of the competition.
I guess Kevin was just saving strats, you know, for the Meisterschaft finals. He talked
for the less important tournament.
Yeah, we haven't seen any MG, so that's going to be fine. You said before, find someone who looks at Lawlight the same way as Neo does. Well, maybe Remo looks at XlorD the way I do at Lawlight.
Here we have XlorD here, our German Meister for the German tournament, for the German audience. Guys, make some noise! For Danny Boy, looking as good as ever, you are dominating the Meisterschaft, not losing anything there yet. You continue here in the same way. You're going to face Kevin there as well. You've incorporated new strats, kind of. We saw once Fiend's counter expansion and once the Alchemist. How do you make a choice of what strategy to pick? Is there a stronger strategy? What do you make that dependent on?
I mean, on the first map, it is this conceded hill, so you have the dragons, where you can creep it easily with the gargoyles. So it was my plan to push him enough, to kill enough wisps, and then to follow up with a lot of gargoyles, and it worked out.
Yeah, it did. I think I saw a game of you before where you tried going Gargs and it didn't work out at some point, and then you just relied on heroes only and statues and destroyers. But there was always the goal to go Gargs, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Is that how it turns out?
I mean, if the elf maybe switches earlier to hippos and scouts it, then I might stick maybe with more ghouls and statues to counter the keeper. Yeah, it depends on the game, how the elf plays. I have always to react as an undead.
Yeah, true. You arrived kind of late yesterday with Juan, but now you have this weekend to enjoy here in Hamburg. How are you enjoying it so far?
Very much. Super rainy outside, and we are not that central here, so...
Yeah. Well, I asked you on Sunday night when we all go out together, but you said maybe you're going to leave early. What's that about?
I think we should go out today evening.
Well, there's still tournament tomorrow, though.
So what?
All right, we'll see about that later. Well, tell me, what is your goal this tournament? You're in a tough group. You have 3 very strong adversaries next to you. So what's your expectations? What's your goal?
Yeah, so the next matches will be far more tough, I guess. I think the next match is against Happy. So I'm looking forward to play against him on a land ping. Didn't play him in a long time offline, so yeah, I think he's in a good shape. He's playing a lot, like always, and he comes prepared. Maybe he adjusted some things after he lost to 120 like a few days or a week ago. Yeah, so we will see. Sometimes we switch up with Lich first, so we will see what he does there. Yeah, looking forward.
Happy, of course, the big #1 juggernaut. I would imagine you guys in the same group with him, you may all expect to lose against him, perhaps. How do you think your matchup is going to go against Hitman and Foggy? Who's going to be favored there in the matches against them?
I would say they're both favorite against me. I mean, against Hitman, I feel like that Orc is still better or favorite in this matchup. And against Foggy, he always plays like 90%, he always plays clean. No big mistakes, and then you can only rely on your really good micro. And if you miss micro once, then it's probably over. So I've beaten him before, so yeah, I'm just looking forward for the games, and maybe I can surprise, make some new strats like against Kevin, make it work. I don't know, we will see.
All right, you impressed us all here in the first game. Good to hear from you, XlorD. We're going to give it back to the boys and see what they have to say.
No more lames.